first off, on Zcash, that was one that I did pretty well personally on. And boy, I'm glad I got out of it above 700 before the bottom fell out and it kind of double topped and then really just fell off the table. But I was talking with Gavin yesterday and I said, I think it'd be a good area to buy right around the previous top from like October 11th and 12th or so, like right around here. And boy, it got within a whisker and here we are up 20%. This thing is a volatile crypto. Do you think that this like 60% decline, I know you had just said you would be more comfortable around 220 or so, but this 60% decline, you think that's potentially enough, or and we can see some staying power, or you think this is temporary and we're gonna see this continue to drop here? Because it has been a pretty sizable correction, and maybe you can help me understand and the rest of the audience why all of a sudden this took such a hit.
Well, I think that we had, first of all, overextended ourselves pretty extensively, especially when you looked at the RSI. RSI was an overbought territory where, we had the rest of the market that was pretty much near oversold territory. So when we did see the market correct as a whole, we saw an asymmetric correction in Zcash. We saw some of that catch-up behavior, which is what we talk about a lot on the show is that, it's sometimes it will continue to move in the direction and leave imbalances behind. But when they do come to fill that imbalance, a lot of times it's accompanied with a pretty harsh reaction to the downside. But we look at even like the total breakout on Zcash and we look at the initial breakout candle. Let's just say this is the initial breakout candle here from September 27. That was a 1,200% move over 50 days. So the first time we tested it 41 days with only one other example of really a small pullback in there where we saw like maybe a 30% pullback. So it has been a good size pullback, like you mentioned, right? Total of like almost 60% down, currently down about 50%. 61% is Fibonacci supported as far as retrace levels. I just have a really difficult time with these tops in here that were massive resistance levels for so long that haven't been retested yet. So based on what we're seeing with, like we talked about at the top of the session with Bitcoin, with a lot of good recovery, with the imbalance to the upside, it's still very possible that Zcash just says, screw it, I'm going for 1,400 as the market recovers and continues to take that leader position. If I was a betting man and I was looking to buy into this, though, I would need to, especially as a short-term momentum-based play, I would need to see something a little bit more high probability to give myself the comfort that I'm doing something that's, good.
That makes sense.